Freaky Table is brought to you by Nikki Hits Beauty Studio, Bonamusadi, Douala, and Jungle Hall, Boya.
Hi guys, and welcome to Freaky Table. It's your girl Joan Gomba, and you're now joining me on set, but we are joined by the best hilarious duo on television right now in Cameroon, and it is no other than the very, very funny Caro and her master Copees, aka Lilian Mbeng and Lovert Lambe. I guess I got that right. Yeah, my mola and his ear are in the building. Guys, welcome on set. Today, you guys look amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
Caro is not with the, I don't know what they call it. The white.
I don't think you're looking at Caro right now.
I think I'm looking at Lilian.
Yeah, you're looking at Lilian.
Yeah, Lilian.
Definitely not Caro.
Lilian is very polished, very sophisticated, and Copees is the same, right? Or not?
Not.
It's not.
Always so chaotic. Always so chaotic. Try to do something very, stupid or very out of the ordinary.
All right. All right.
Like a longer, much like a longer in real life.
Don't call my name. Focus on the
But that's you in real life.
Welcome back on set. You're well and hearty and happy to be here, I guess.
He's come with all the trouble.
I'm happy to be back. I'm strong.
Oh, very good.
As you can see.
All right, guys, so we'll be discussing their popular web series as well as their 1-year anniversary celebration coming up and the state of the comedy industry in Cameroon. So let's begin. After all the shine bobos and everything, guys, you guys are welcome again. And where should we begin? Let me see. You guys should explain, how did you come about this series? Because, it's the most talked about thing right now. You guys are the best TV duo. We are the best TV trio. So all together, we're the big 5-0 right now on television.
That's right.
So how did you guys come about this series that everybody's talking about? Yeah.
Okay, that was in 2020. In the heart of the COVID-19. Yeah. So I had an idea, a short comedy skit I wanted to do with someone, and she was the first person who came to mind because I had watched her in another comedy skit. So I contacted her. We were friends at the time. So I contacted her and said, okay, please, can you come by so we can do something comic? She was like, okay. She came and we spoke about it, and we did the first, we did the second, we did the third, I think I also did the fourth. And after that, a lot of people were always like, okay. And we also had separate YouTube channels. So we posted the videos on our separate YouTube channels, Mbeng, Lilian, and Lovert Lambe. So people were like, why don't you guys come together so you can concentrate the views on one channel and grow it? So we gave it a thought and we came together, and that was how we came up with Capees Comedy World.
For so long, I got confused with Capees and Copees. Because every time you say Capees, I say, but that spelling is C-A-P-E. Why are they saying Co? When I'm not saying.
Okay, so when we were coming up with our names, she went for Caro and I went for Copees. The name Copees, my family members have always referred to me as Copees from childhood. So
any meaning?
I don't think so.
Now you hit.
But if you try, no make my change for you for the place. No make my change for you for the place. So I chose Copees and she went for Caro, and so we now try to look for a name which could better suit both of us. So that was how we tried to merge.
It's a portmanteau. It's a portmanteau.
We had to merge the names together, and it gave us Capees.
That's what I talk about English. It's a portmanteau.
Now wait, he goes school with you. What's the problem?
You're not avoiding me for this show.
You don't want to show yourself.
We don't see you.
You see that you're Kenyan.
No, I like her so.
I'm sure when you guys created this, it's not like everybody, you knew that this is how far it's going to go, right? So far. So how excited are you guys now? Like when I see your numbers, it's insane. You guys have like more than 10,000 subscribers, 15,000, excuse me, 15,000 on YouTube subscribers. That's amazing, by the way, for our level. You understand what I hear? So, how do you guys feel about that?
Levels is really good. For such it's been quite a short time. Yes. And it picked up in the last months, like, so you get these numbers really rising in the last 3 months. So yeah.
We are very, very excited. You know, having to achieve all this in less than a year.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. It's grace. We are actually very, very grateful. Where? Well, will you let me be, please? Is it possible?
Can we now rest?
Okay, can we now rest?
Go on.
Yeah, so we are actually very, very grateful. The support has been massive. We didn't see this coming, actually. We're just two passionate people that set up to do their thing. And Copees Comedy World now today is a household name. We just have got to thank, and Cameroonians, African, and the world in general. Thank you all for the support.
Oh, that's so sweet. So, just a little before I go to my people here, before they throw you the questions here, how is the vibe behind the scenes? Because we see in front of the camera, but we don't see behind the camera. How does it? I watched one of your videos behind the scenes. I've been laughing since then. But how is the vibe behind the scenes between the both of you?
It's crazy. It's fun. If you happen to be on a set, trust me, you don't want to miss any other episode. You just want to be there, back to back. It's always fun. You know, we say these things and we laugh. Yeah, it's actually not easy. We do laugh on set. At times, most of the crew, they'll always be angry. What is this? Can we do this thing? We can't help it. It's just so amazing and crazy behind the scenes.
That's great. So to my people here, any questions for because how do I wear the same, almost the same color? So
Me and Caro get history. We have history. but to me, it's. I mean, we all know them personally, and I'm really fascinated because these are two very beautiful people. I'm saying in personality, and they are nothing like Caro and Copees. You know, because at the centerpiece of this couple is not just love but troublemaking. Yeah. And so, but these are people who are very, 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 very peaceful. And as you can see them, I don't know whether it's an act, but the cameras. You never know. Because you're capable. So yes. But I look at when I watch you guys perform, I'm like, how do you get in character? Because you're here now and you're so well spoken, so composed, free of trouble for now. But I look at it and I'm like, how do you get? Because before the show we're talking and you're talking about Caro in the third person. You know, she did this. And you're laughing at the things she did. Like, you don't see yourself as that. Is it that she's really different from you and is Copees very different from who you are? Or when I say that some pathway, you just went from one community.
Okay, Copees is actually very different from myself, from my personality, and likewise. So it's I would say it's really not difficult for us to get into character. We have this quick connection. Like, we always bond. Even if we're fighting, when we get on set, you would not know that, okay, we had to quarrel before we had to act with each other. So there's this very swift bond which always takes place each time we are on set.
But Caro, truly, when I get your pigeon, and the things you say, it must be borrowed from something. Your experience, how did you grow up and all of that? Because when the thing, now which they used to talk, what is I want to give you life. Yes, but when the things you say, even the way you say them, like what type of environment did you grow from, and are you borrowing from that environment?
Yes, my environment guides me a lot because of my experiences. I grew up in this, how do I put it? Is it ghetto?
Yes.
Not actually a ghetto, but it's a very local Yoke. If you've ever been to Yoke is a very rural, local area. So English is not our thing.
Yeah.
Yes, we go with school, or we used to go school on empty foot. You know, that kind of query every day. Why you call my bitter leaf? Why you can't? I don't drive my goosey. Why they can't play ball? You know, all of these things. My experience is actually helping me today, because most of the things I do, I say, it's from my childhood, where I grew up. I get to see some of these things, and today I'm bringing them to life, and people are liking it.
But how does it feel? I mean, given everything right now, where you guys are, like, how does it feel really to be like to change the taste of comedy in Cameroon at this point?
Yeah, because there is nothing like what you guys...
We've never seen that.
What we've been seeing for a very long time is slapstick, so it's a relief.
But, okay, yeah.
Actually, Copees Comedy World is here to coexist with every other comedian out there. We are doing our very best in our respective ends to put Cameroon comedy on the map. So we are just doing our thing and trying to do it the best way we can.
But would you consider yourself the best comedians in the English-speaking part of Cameroon right now?
Well, I really can't say we are the best.
Okay, I can say.
We are saying that you're the best. We are saying.
Because everyone has something to offer. So
That's a very politically correct answer.
everyone has something to offer. So we are bringing our originality to the table, and it is working for us. So yeah.
But you guys must have seen something lacking in the industry for you guys to bring what you're bringing now.
Well,
so if they were best, then which means you.
Well, that is true. I'm not going to mince words.
So what was
very
the
true.
difference?
Our originality
What was
stands
lacking?
out.
So you think before then there was not enough originality?
There was originality, but it wasn't really enough. So I would say our originality has added to what was there before.
Okay, I'm going to ask you guys about how you come up with your scripts for your show, because you guys release on a weekly basis. And with the whole production, writing, pulling the resources together, you know, like how is that process for you?
Okay, interested to know that we don't script down our skits, our stories.
So you guys are natural.
Yeah, so we just talk on phone. That's if we're not together. When when an idea comes up, she hits me up, I hit her up, I say, okay, this is what I just had. Okay, what's your idea about this? I pitch it to her, and she pitches hers to me. So we just talk about it, go on set, call people. Before going on set, we call people and explain, okay, this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be my sister. This is what you're going to do. We don't tell them what to say. So everybody's always very spontaneous. So we go on set and we just flow. People always ask, do you guys script these things? And so we really don't script anything.
Wow.
Okay, when I look at your comedy and I discuss with people in real life, and when I see the comments, it's always how much you reflect the original Cameroonian culture, the Anglophone culture, the words you use, the way you gesticulate, and the things you even say. Is this a struggle sometimes, where sometimes you feel like you need to borrow from other experiences to spice it up because now you're crossing the borders of Cameroon? Or do you have to really maintain it for Cameroonian audiences and then also projecting Cameroon as culturally?
Intention was to bring reality more closer to the people, because there were some things maybe people were sidelining or not wanting to go too deep, getting down to that level. Yeah. So we decided to bring some of these things closer to the people, which is what the people know, which is what they have experienced, or maybe a friend, relative must have experienced. But as time goes on, we definitely have to start looking beyond, because we are not just about Cameroon. We have to go beyond the boundaries of Cameroon. So as of now, we are trying to focus on our ideas more on Cameroonians' activities also. But we are almost celebrating our 1-year anniversary. After that, we need to go back to the drawing table, strategize, and see how we can implement different cultures, blend them with what we are having here. So the world will definitely see different sides of Copees Comedy World.
So we're going to see Caro in London or something?
Sure.
Why not?
Yes, we need to leave the rural environment, get to a bigger house, see Caro with beauty. Caro needs to be on heels someday, Caro needs to be on heels someday. So we are going, we'll get there.
Oh, you need it. I need that shoe. Where did you get that shoe and that whack?
My husband bought it for me. I keep telling you all. That's my Valentine's Day gift.
All right, first of all, happy 1 year anniversary. I think it's coming up. The celebration is huge. I saw the flyers, it's everywhere. How do you guys plan to celebrate this thing?
Just like you said, it's going to be a celebration. We are thankful to the people, to everyone who has supported us before and still supporting us. So it's going to be a very entertaining event. We are going to have guest artists. We are going to have guest artists like Asaba, Venutina, and so many other people. So it's good. And also comedians like Sparko and Le Boy Synthetique. So
No voices in the bushes.
Le Boy Synthetique. So it's going to be a fun-filled event.
Since you were talking about celebration, right? How do you guys celebrate each other? Because it's one thing to work together, but it's another thing to actually, uplift one another. So how do you guys celebrate? Let me start with you, since you. How do you celebrate Caro? I mean, Lilian, both.
Well, we always commend ourselves, and that's on and offset. We always talk about each other, talk about our roles, what we should do and what we should not do. So it's just the me and talking to Caro and Caro talking to me thing. Yeah, that's how we celebrate that.
Have you guys ever experienced like what you guys portray in your comedy in real life, where she has to back you up, quarreling that loud in real life, like somebody attacks you or something, and she has to step in to fight your fight? Has that ever happened in real life?
They are peaceful in real life. Let's go with that.
Maybe when the time comes, like if you want to tempt me now, I don't want to come over to Copees. No, I don't want to. I'll try to hit him. I don't want to. Let's see if that will happen.
You see, I know about your love relationships, beyond, I mean, as Lilian and Lambe, this great romantic relationship that you have. Of course, I'm joking. That they don't have that. Am I assuming?
Are you guys dating? That's what she's saying.
Do you really want an answer?
Yeah, I'm saying this because people. I mean, relationships like this, people always have opinions about the fact that it must run beyond just what we see as acting. And sometimes I see the way he looks at you, like there's this intensity in his look, which frightens me because it doesn't just look like just that. But how do you deal with that? People thinking you're dating, and has that had any impact on your own relationships? Do people think you are taking? I also want to know for other reasons.
Other reasons?
What are you taking?
For now, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. People definitely will think it's a very normal thing. So, it's not a problem to me. I don't.
So your boyfriend doesn't have a problem, that's what he's saying?
What do you mean by
boyfriend? My husband is beside me and you're talking about
do you mean by
boyfriend.
The thing about it, when you said that your husband, you said that you could not afford a ring for her because I'm looking at all her fingers and I can't find a ring. Oh, and I can't stay on her.
You will see a beautiful young girl beside a handsome young man and you're asking for her boyfriend. Is he not a man? I beg. We don't want to dive into our private lives. Let's just leave it at this level. Let's just focus on Caro and Copees, please.
I also have one question about you spoke about support and those who are supporting you and those who are continue to support you. How much of it, because the most people who always really drive towards comedies, I think, is the diaspora and culture anyway in general. In terms of how much you remind them of home, how much of diasporan support have you had in terms of you support in any way? How much of that have you had?
We've had quite a number. We've had quite a number. They are really, really very supportive. Yes.
Okay, we're not mentioning any names, but
Yes.
big shout out to the diaspora supporters here.
The diaspora is really active when it comes to culture. I think generally they are very, very supportive. They first of all need content that is reflective of the environment that they've been in and that they can identify and relate with. So seeing your content, it's kind of being able to relieve their own experiences and can relate to it. So I think it's the same kind of experience they have whether they are watching Freaky Table and saying, okay, yeah, this is what we want in terms of content. I say that braggadociously, of course.
But let's get back to that relationship talk a little bit. Now, in the characters Caro and Copees, you guys are very toxic, but love each other. It's kind of funny. It's a bittersweet situation. But how do you guys regard such relationships in real life, like toxic relationships? Should people stay in it or get out of it?
Well, there are people who are toxic.
Like you? No, Caro is the toxic.
Caro and Copees. There are people who are toxic, but I really do feel like the toxicity helps sometimes.
Interesting.
That is very subjective for the couples. It works for some couples.
Yeah, it works for some couples. Just like Caro and Copees are a perfect example. There are times when something is about to happen to Copees and Caro has to step in, and we have to be very toxic to overcome that particular situation. So I would say it helps sometimes, but not very good, but it helps.
Do you guys have a best comedy skit so far? Like your favorite that you've done?
I don't know for her, but for me,
I think my best will be In-Law. My best will be In-Law because it has a lot. It has sadness, regrets, anger. It has a lot of themes. Yes, it has a lot of themes. So
I think that Kwakoko is a classic. That one is a classic. Yes, it's a classic. I think that was a turning point in your comedy. Like I loved it. I mean, after that, there is no shortage of good content. So, but after that, we just see you building and
improving, because I think your character had even changed. You were first of all, now you're a full man.
Are you a full man?
Are you mad?
Are you a full man?
But Joan talked about the relationships and how toxic they are. Your characters, sometimes they remind me of
yours.
Longer, shut up. They remind me of the typical characters, typical relationships we see in the neighborhood, like in the rural areas. Like you go to my 14 or maybe not Bitingi, June, or Ekona. You find that struggling couples who have to live within their means and also have to love themselves and then have to overcome the external influence. Did that really inform how you guys were going to build the characters? Because of how dynamic they are in not just love but other aspects of life.
Yeah. It played a great role in influencing these characters. Yeah. Because just like she said, she grew up in that environment, but I didn't really grow up in that kind of environment. So
but you played the role well.
Yeah, I had to adapt. I'm just good at that.
Okay. You came from a privilege, much more upscale.
Yeah, I didn't grow.
You don't grow. I'm asking the question.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in that kind of environment. So even for the pidgin, you realize I am still picking up with my pidgin.
You. No, but don't lie. We know you in real life.
No, Russo. I didn't come to my true.
No, we already call bushes some go.
I didn't let them on Caro.
You seem to be like the only Anglophone female in the comedy, doing the comic acts. Like how does that make you feel?
Is it that women are not funny?
Is it that women are not funny, or how does it make you feel?
There is a debate about that globally.
Right.
That women are not funny.
Do I feel?
Yeah, of course, you can look at it. It's a very valid question because you look at it. I was watching Christopher Hitchens had written in the New York Times an article in which was saying the reason why you don't find women in comedy is because women are not funny. It seems like a reach, but then when you see that globally, that women are not in the comedic space, then perhaps you have some validation to that particular thesis.
Someone had even tweeted that you find a funny girl, hold her tight. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. But
I think I don't want to put it that way that they are not funny. Maybe they're being too uptight. They don't want to bring out the other parts of them. Like we have over thousands of actresses in Cameroon. So you won't tell me they can't be diversified. They can't do different roles. So I just believe they just want to stay in this, this glamour girl with cute makeup, looking all beautiful. I just believe they just want to stay on that lane, not
really not
wanting to. No, yes, they don't want to challenge themselves because at times they get to look at. Let me just bring out this little experience since I started this Caro character. They tend to look at me, like when I appear in an event looking all glammed and they're like, hey, Nakawadi, so you fit fine, so you fit. And then when you speak English, they're like, oh my God. Or it's like, so at times it gets to play on my psychology, like how do they see me? Because of this character, they actually think I'm this, like, I don't get, they get to, yes, it's, I don't want to put it marginalization, but I think they get to minimize they try to look down.
And this is from other girls or
From other
all
girls.
genders?
Mostly from other girls especially. So because of the Caro character, they tend to see Mbeng Lilian, maybe as an illiterate, as a bush girl, as a local girl, and at times you get to want to play on my psychology a little bit.
Please, it shouldn't. You're doing an amazing job, both of you, and I'm extremely proud. Let me take that back. We are extremely proud of you both, and for the fact that we knew you, before you started, and then seeing this now, it's just incredibly, just fascinating to me. I'm really, really, really proud of you both, and happy 1 year anniversary. We can't wait to celebrate.
Oh, fun fact, she was a girl Ejakatu on I Do video. She was the one.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's it. And I was marrying. She came to cause chaos. So she's always in character. She's always
We'll all be
there.
there on the 30th.
Yes.
You should be there. You'll be there.
Yeah, we will be there.
I will be there in special capacity. Don't forget.
I know.
The event it will be taking place at Charles Luanga Hall, Checkpoint, Boya, at 4 p.m. Please, we'd love to see everyone. It's free. No tickets available, please. Our supporters are back. We need you guys. Please stand up for us.
So if you're in Boya or around Boya, please show up. It's going to be great. So thank you guys so much for coming. Kwa, Yana, thank you guys so much for always being here. Big shout out to all our supporters across the world. Thank you guys for always supporting Freaky Table. And please do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's at DcodedTV Show, as well as follow us on all social media platforms. We are on Twitter now. It's at Freaky Table. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's Joan, Yana, Kwa, Caro, and Copees. Goodbye and see you soon.
Freaky Table is brought to you by Nikki Hits Beauty Studio, Bonamusadi, Douala, and Jungle Hawk, Boya.
Contact Jungle Studios, which is located at Solidarity Junction, Boya, for all your photography and videography.
Thanks for watching the dopest TV show right now.
And don't forget to subscribe so that you can continue seeing our beautiful faces. Scratch that, my handsome face.
Alright guys, and to never miss a thing, follow us on all social media platforms at Freaky Table, Instagram, Facebook, and yeah, stay tuned.